Hello again. Right on target. There goes Sherlock. You want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi? What? You're gonna run all the way over there? Say hi. Hi. You're a happy boy, aren't you? Oh my goodness. I had the camera all set up and everything. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a variation. Okay. So we've made our beautiful, we've taken our fat quarters. We ripped 13 of them into 3-inch strips. And we sewed the 3-inch strips together with one long strip. And then we sewed the strips together and we cut them in half, cut them in half, and cut them in half. And we now have a laptop size quilt top. But I'm going to show you a variation. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this. And it's going to be on the stripe side. So the stripes will be diagonal, or not diagonal, excuse me. They're going to be horizontal. So we're going to fold it in half, about, doesn't have to be exact, but we do want the seams to kind of line up, okay? So, it'll line up right about there, I think. How's that feel? That feels nice and straight. All right. I'm going to fold this over, and we are going to take all this beautiful piece that we just got done sewing, and we're going to cut 3-inch strips down here. And then we're going to add rails in there. So why are we going to do this? One, it's going to make it bigger. So we can possibly have two, maybe a lap quilt and a corgi quilt, or maybe a lap quilt and another lap quilt, or I don't know. We'll see how the size goes, okay? But we're going to add, I want to use this for the backing too. So I've got quite a bit of green. I'm going to put little rails, and I haven't quite decided, do I want to do 3-inch? So we have 3 and 3. Let's see how it goes. So let's cut these first, and we'll not get it too far ahead of ourselves. All right? All right. We got the pointer. There's the corgi. Okay, so go ahead and turn this. I don't like it when my pizza cutter goes off the mat, so we'll turn the mat. Now we've got this nice and straight. Now the first part we need to do is just straighten up our seams. So what do we got going on here? We are not flat enough. So let's try this again. Let's refold this. All right, we got it hanging off the table, and let's pick it up right there. Flip it over. Fold that down. How's that feel? We got some edges going on here. I really want this nice and flat, guys. We're going to be cutting again, so. Okay. How's that feel? That feels good. That feels good. All right, so we're going to have to square up the end pieces. And we are, oh, I still don't like it. All right, that's as square as we're going to get it. How's it feel? Not feeling any bumps. That's good. Okay. All right. So I'm going to use one of the lines in my ruler along here for one of the straighter seams, which seems to be this one right here. The second one looks really nice and straight. So some of the ones are a little wavy. We're going to cut off until we have a nice straight. So we should be able to get one, oops. straight. Wow, is my thing up? It's loose. You don't want a loose one. All right, let's do that again. There we go, now it's cutting. Okay. All right, so that extra piece should be one long. That way we don't have any divots going in and out. So we want this to be nice and straight. Okay, so we're gonna put that. So I have a, all right, we're gonna go this way. Okay, so we're gonna hang off 3 inches. Now these rulers, the one I'm using is a 6, so halfway is 3. So we'll do the 3. So make sure that when you're lining it up, you got the halfway. So we're gonna do 2 things. We're gonna line up along this seam, that nice straight one, and then we're along the edge, right on the edge. So we're checking both directions. That's good. 3 and 3, check. Okay. Oof. Boy, I am not cutting through all the way. I think I need the eraser. So these do get dull after a little bit. I don't know the last time I changed it. There we go. All right, so we've got a nice 3-inch wide strip. And then, you know what we're gonna do with these, right? We're gonna sew the strips together and then we'll fold those in half. Well, actually, after we fold, we'll get the long strip and then we'll sew a green stripe on the side and then we'll fold those over and then start folding and folding and folding and folding. So this will give us what they call postage stamps. So instead of cutting all these little tiny pieces for your postage stamps, you did one and one slice with a pizza cutter. Yay! All right, let's finish cutting these puppies up. Sherlock. Not necessary to be screaming, honey. Not necessary to be screaming. Boy, we are not having the best of luck with this, are we? Woof. Well. Blade. All right, so I replaced the blade and it's much sharper. I don't know. I remember when the last time I replaced my blade. Okay. Okay, so I laid them out, and at this, no, Sherlock, man, I'm just getting ready to tell everybody that they need to be careful with these strips, and you're walking all over them. So I laid them out, I kind of ran them back and forth, up and down, flip them around, and I think he already likes it. There you go, the Corgi Cameo by Sherlock. Thanks for walking all over these. So I'm gonna pick these up. This is just kind of get me an idea that they're spaced out well. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll sew this one to this one, this one to this one. And we're gonna add in between these will be green. And I'm still thinking about how thick I wanna make that. So we gotta decide that because we need to cut some fabric. So, well, how thick? The reason I wanna do that is because these seams, because there's still not a lot of exactness, okay? And when you're dealing with this big, it's hard to make them exact. But when you put something in between, your eyes will draw a line between this seam. Let's find two different fabrics. Here we go. Here we go. This seam to this seam. This to this. If I have a space in between, it will draw that line. And even if I've got it off a little bit, it will still draw that line. Now I can make it like way off and do bricks, right? A brick pattern. And you'll definitely notice that. But your eye will try to line it up when they're separate because it wants to see a line across. Trick! It's a trick. It's not real true. I mean, it's not real, but it is a trick. So, all right, let's get these. Let's make our long strip again. All right, so let's catch up. So this is our optional variation that we're doing. We have step one. We have turned the whole thing 90 degrees, and we Sherlock, come on, buddy. There's no birds out there. It's dark right now. We cut 3-inch strips. So here's our stripes that we had all sewn together, and we cut 3. Next, we're gonna sew the stripes end to end again into one long strip. Here we go. Optional variation. So we've got everything all stacked up. This is, you know, the stacking. That's that pro tip. You leave them nice and stacked. They're ready to go for you. So we've got the first one. This is the top. We want to keep him. Go ahead and toss him off the table. Get it all the way down to the bottom. And we're going to, you know, instead of diagonal, no, let's do it. Let's go ahead and keep doing the diagonal. Let's add some more. Oop. It's gonna run away. I'm using my scissors as a paperweight. Okay, so this should be the top. All right, so we'll do the diagonal on this. Put the square on top of the square again, and we're gonna sew from this top point down here, down across here, and then that'll open up flat. If you sew it the other way, it'll open up in a 90 degree, and then you get to pick that one out. Yay! Happens all the time. Happens all the time. So, all right. Oops, we got a flap right off the bat. Okay. And just like before, I'm not gonna cut. So we're gonna bring this guy down to the next, which is right here. The top of this one is right here. Put it on the square, make a square, and sew it. I'm gonna keep going. So now we're gonna trim. Get the string, get the triangle, that extra string on the end, and whoops, lost where I was going. All right, let's do the strings first, and then we'll do the triangles. Oh wait a minute, I'll never find the triangles if I don't do it now. Okay, so triangles, triangle. Starts to get a little weird here. Okay, it's because we got. And now we've got a big pile. It's wonderful. It's one long strip again. And we'll go ahead and we'll cross this one as check. We've got this one completed. And we'll go ahead and post this one. So how do we sew the stripes on? What's the next part? that'll be in the next video. How did we do with stuff before? Those are in previous videos. There you go. What do you think, Sherlock? Do you have anything that you wanted to add? Did you already fall asleep? Are you already asleep, Bubbles? Are you asleep? Oh, what do you think, Bubbles? Yeah, you done? Oh, he doesn't like that. Don't make the pointer in my face, Mom. I don't like it. Not one bit. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I love sewing. I hope you enjoyed watching. Bye. See you next time.